Hi, welcome back to Jane's Stories of Life. Today is somewhat of a continuation of yesterday's video, Won't You Be My Neighbor? Because today I want to share a story of paying it forward and also the power of support and gratitude that lasts a lifetime. I mentioned yesterday, and I do hope that you'll watch yesterday's video, which, as I said, was Won't You Be My Neighbor? I mentioned yesterday the family that lived next door that John spoke to every morning when they left their house, the Hudson family. And I want to tell you that the older son, Bill, wanted to be an engineer. The family had limited resources, as many of us do, and many of us did, and really did not have a way for financing a college education for their son. At the time that we lived there, Morgan was working at the State University of New York in Albany, and had a number of resources that he was aware of for college students, financial aid and various other services that were available. So he shared that with the family. And as it turns out, Bill, who was very bright, was able to obtain a full scholarship. He wanted to be an engineer, and I don't remember which college he went to, which university, but he had full support, finished his engineering degree, and the family was forever grateful that Morgan had shared with them the means to make that happen. The house that we lived in was an old house. It was probably built in the early 1900s. I mean, it had, as you entered into the foyer, there was a fireplace right there, just in the foyer, not in the living room, not in the room itself. And so it was probably used for people to come in from the cold, because Schenectady, New York and upstate New York was cold, that's for sure. It was probably there for people to come in, stand there and warm themselves before they went into the other parts of the house. Well, the kitchen in this house was so ugly. It was an ugly kitchen, and it seemed as though whoever had lived there at some point decided it was a do-it-yourself project, because the cabinets were just ugly. The countertop was, I don't know whether the person there was the Jolly Green Giant. The countertops were extremely high. Everything was just kind of a makeshift, and it needed renovation. Well, we reached the point where we were going to renovate, gut the kitchen, renovate the kitchen. What we didn't realize initially was that Bill, the father in the household, worked for a major supply company that supplied kitchen materials. Bill stepped in, helped to design our kitchen. He was instrumental in getting materials and the cabinets and all the things that we needed at a great discount, upgraded far beyond what we had expected to be able to do. And as a result, we had a beautiful, beautiful kitchen. And it was all because of Bill paying us, in a sense, we had paid it forward with their son, and that was his way of expressing his gratitude for what we had done for their family. And so you never know you don't do acts of kindness expecting to have something returned to you. But it certainly is wonderful when you have done something for someone else and in appreciation, they in turn do something wonderful for you as well. And so we were forever grateful to them. They were grateful to us, and it was just one of those heartwarming kinds of things. So I just wanted to add that to yesterday's experience about neighbors and being neighborly. And as I said, I hope you'll watch that video as well. I shared that story yesterday with John. He didn't necessarily remember that that was part of our kitchen story, but it also spoke to the kind of person. Morgan was one who was always encouraging others, who always offered whatever he knew, whatever he could do to support anyone, especially when it came to being able to help somebody further their education, because he certainly had been helped along the way to receive his education. So cherish your memories and pass them on.